Is French Defense the best cherry fragrance in the game? Anybody who's been watching my channel already knows. I think this stuff is top of the line, top tier. This is the king of cherry fragrances. With good reason, okay? I never wanted to buy a cherry fragrance when I smelled any other cherry fragrance, but when I smelled this in store, this stuff was so good. I actually paid retail price for this bottle, and that was $375. So in my mind, this can't be beat, right? It's that good. Nothing's gonna top this. No other cherry fragrance made me say, "Ooh, I gotta spend the money." But one of my subscribers, shout out to you, Gabriel. One of my subscribers sent me a bunch of decants. All right, he wants to know, did he send me anything that will topple French Defense as King of the Hill best cherry fragrance? All right, now, not gonna lie, I love this stuff. So these fragrances, it's a tough task to be able to say that I like something better than French Defense when it comes to cherry fragrances. So he sent me Tom Ford Lost Cherry. He sent me Boadicea the Bodacious. He sent me Mancera Wild Cherry or Cherry Cherry. I don't know which one. I just know it's a Mancera and it's a cherry fragrance. I've not smelled any of these. Some of them I have smelled because I had decants from before, but then we started talking French Defense and he wanted to know. So without further ado, without me rambling anymore, y'all want to know my thoughts on these first impressions, then you know what to do. Stick around.
Shut the fuck up, fat man. This ain't none of your goddamn shit.
Cedar musk, a deadly blend. The smell of terror, it will not end. Subscribe and tell your friends. Despair's bouquet, grim cheese scents to save the day. When grim cheese stalks you through the day. More fragrance content coming your way. Grim G.
What's up, friends and family? It's your boy, Grim G, back with another fragrance video for y'all. So today, boy, we got a lot to get through, so I'm going to go ahead and get straight into it. If this is your first time here and you're into fragrance-related content, do me a favor, think about liking, subscribing to the channel. Really helps me out, helps me grow. Everybody else who has been rocking with me from the beginning, thank you very much. You all are rock stars. Couldn't still be here doing this if it wasn't for you guys. I hope you're all doing well. With that being said, let's get into it. All right, so I pulled up the notes ahead of time to save a little bit of time. I did spray Kajal Ruby on a tester strip, and I sprayed Caspian Cherry on a tester strip because I have already smelled those, so those aren't going to be first impressions. All right, so I'm going to tell you right now, both Kajal Ruby and Electimus Caspian Cherry are very good. All right, I'm not going to go into all of the notes, but I will pull up. Let's see. So Ruby, right now, I'm going to tell you guys, Ruby is very good. Very good, and I may get a bottle in my collection, but I'm not sure. But it's a little feminine. I'm going to tell you guys, on the top, you get cherry, red berries, pineapple, coconut, and almond. You'll notice a theme. You got a lot of almond with the cherry and all these fragrances, most of these fragrances. Cherry and almond just go together. All right, think of like your Guerlain, which I've not smelled any Guerlain yet, but mid notes on this, you got whipped cream, brown sugar, and ice cream. That is why I got this fragrance, and of course, it's too sweet, so sweet it's feminine for me. But Kajal Ruby, I'll go ahead and give you the base notes: vanilla, musk, tonka bean, amber, and benzoin. I'll tell you, the dry down is very nice on this. Is it beating French Defense? No, not off of a first impression, but there is a very nice cherry in here. On this tester strip, it's not bad. It's not too feminine, actually, on the tester strip. So this will be a full bottle in my collection, actually. I did just decide that. Full bottle, Kajal Ruby. But is it beating French Defense right off rip, first impressions? No, it's not. It's not. So, Ruby, not the one. So we'll go ahead and get the notes off the screen for Ruby. All right, now we'll go with Caspian Cherry. You got black cherry, amaretto, dark chocolate. Now, this is not the only cherry and chocolate fragrance in here. So, cherry and chocolate sounds like a W for sure. Amaretto, I'm getting the comparison to French Defense with that amaretto. Caspian cherry is decent, but it's not beating French Defense. It is good. Will I buy this before I buy that ruby? Definitely not.
Don't shake your head. I'm not done yet. Wait till you hear the whole thing so you can understand.
Doesn't mean it's bad. It just means I'm feeling the other a little more. All right, these lights are killing me, so back to Grim G style. All right, so I'm going to get rid of the notes for Caspian Cherry. Now, we're about to open up some of these new ones. Now I got to take the shades off again so I can see what these say. Let's start with this pack. All right, we're going to start with the cheapest one. So you see I'm opening this. Just tore that tab off of there. This one has one of the cheap ones. I'm not expecting great things, but this is Ophidian Black Cherry from Paris Corner. So did I even pull that one up? I did not even pull that one up. Well, Black Cherry is going to be in here. I can guarantee you that. Alright, so I wrote all the names on tester strip, so we'll spray it in the air and then ooh. Okay. Damn. I'm telling you right now, this is like a $30, $35 bottle probably. And I know I have an affiliate link with... Ooh. Yeah. That's not bad. That's not bad, but you could tell it's a little on that synthetic side. Obviously, for $35, you're not getting the most high quality ingredients. But I definitely get a nice black cherry and almost like a maraschino cherry in there too. I don't know the notes on this. I'll have to look them up for you guys, but I actually think I like this more than the Kajal Ruby. So yeah, more than Kajal Ruby. All right, so that's a nice easy bottle cop right there. All right, so we already know what French Defense is. Let's go ahead and get the dry down on this. So French Defense, Black Cherry, Mimosa, Blonde Woods. I think there's Cedar Wood in here. This stuff is so good. You can actually go into Dillard's now and check out Mind Games. Or I'll put a link in the description as well for Sprays for Days. If you just want to buy a 10 ml, which is about this size, Sprays for Days has the best prices. If you can find a better price on a decant of some French Defense anywhere, I'll give you a nickel. But I'm telling you, check him out. Great prices. He always gives you a 2 ml free sample, at least when you get a 10 ml. I know he gives you something free every time, no matter what size you get. Me personally, I get the 10 mls off of him. French Defense is still fire. French Defense right now is still that #1 spot. All right, so let's see what we got next. I did not get rid of Kajal Ruby off there, sorry. Alright, so next one. Alright, so this is Cherry Ink. This is Lorenzo Pizzaglia. Cherry Ink. I'm going to try to put these in the order in which I would buy them. Alright. Alright, cherry ink. Here we go. I'll spray myself in the face. Okay. That's a fitting name. Cherry ink. Ooh, yeah. That's different. That's different. It's a little weird. Not gonna lie, a little weird. But weird is not bad. Let me pull up the notes for you guys on this one. So you got cherry, sour cherry, almond, rum, black pepper, bergamot. I think I'm getting that black pepper mixed with a sour cherry and the cherry. It's a little different. I like it though. I think I would probably get this before I would get that Ophidian for sure. But not before I would recommend French Defense for you guys. And I promise I'm keeping an open mind. I'm not trying to be biased just because I've been hyping French Defense. Now, I am going to smell a little bit closer to the dry down on these two, so that could change some things. All right, now, this one, I was real interested when I just pulled up the notes on this. Cherry Punk. This is from Room 1015, who also makes Wave Child, which is a little more hyped from this brand. But Cherry Punk has leather, Sichuan pepper, cherry, mimosa. So you get a lot of these cherries. You get some boozy notes with some almond, typically. Little florals in this one, patchouli, tonka bean. So this one, ooh, you can get the leather right away. Oh yeah, that leather is strong in here. Main things I get are definitely leather and cherry. That's actually nice. Now, some people might be thinking of like, what's that, Tuscan leather with the raspberry and leather. Just replace the cherry and the leather. I've not smelled that. I've smelled, what's that, Forever Wanted Elixir. This one I'm not sure on. Not sure. I do like leather in a fragrance, but I feel like for a cherry fragrance, I feel like the name's fitting, Cherry Punk. But for a cherry fragrance, if I'm wanting something a little more heavy on the cherry, I want a little more cherry. But then I would probably complain that it's too cherry, and I'm not into cherry like that. I don't know. This is a nice twist. Let me see where I would put this. Cherry ink. I would put this... Alright, I'll give y'all the order that I got them in. Still not beating French Defense. Dry down could change, though. Could change it. Ooh, I don't know if I want to do this one next. This is Boadicea, the Bodacious. So we're going to save that, and I'm going to open up... We'll save the Tom Ford. Because those will be the heavy hitters. Okay, so this is Mancera Wild Cherry. Mancera is usually pretty good, but I don't know that I'm feeling this. Let me pull up the notes. All right, so I did put it as the wild cherry. All right, so you got cherry, bergamot, and lemon. I think I'm not rocking with the lemon and cherry mix. It's just not my thing. Now this has white musk and Madagascar vanilla and the dry down, so that could change things. If you still get a little bit of that cherry coming through on the dry down, which typically you're not going to, it's more of a top note that will dry off. Now I'll say I like this more than the Electimus cherry. So Electimus I've heard is good house, but so far they're not blowing me away. All right, so okay, I got 3 here and only 2 tester strips. So Tom Ford and Navitus. Where is, all right, so Bodicea will just be a, it'll just be the plain. All right, so we're going to go Navitus Venom of Love. Now, Venom of Love is supposed to be a chocolate covered cherry. Now you get sour cherry in the top, liquor, bitter almond, and in the mid you got some more cherry mixed with that chocolate, Turkish rose, and Egyptian jasmine. So I'm excited for this one. When I heard about the notes on this one, I was here for it. Alright, so I'll tell you, it's a good thing I'm not married. Old lady would come in here and be like, why does it smell like cherry in here? It smells like a bitch in here. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, buddy. Navitus did it with this. That chocolate comes through right away. Oh, yeah. Gabriel? Very good. Very good. I'll tell you that. This will get my number 2. It's not dethroning French Defense, but this is much better than I expected it to be. Now, that was starting to get there for me. So, we're going to get into probably the 2 more hyped ones on this list, which is Tom Ford Lost Cherry and then Bodicea the Bodacious. So, we'll go with Tom Ford. Ooh. Yeah, buddy. Tom Ford is doing it with this one, too. Look at that juice. Mmm. Man, you know what? I'm going to say right now, Tom Ford Lost Cherry is tied for first with French Defense. Dry Down could determine which one I'm feeling more overall. All right, so let me give y'all notes on Lost Cherry real quick. I'll drop the notes on the screen. Y'all know how we do. Well, you know what? I done lost my notes for Tom Ford Lost Cherry. All right, let me pull them up again real quick. All right, so bitter almond, black cherry, cherry liqueur. In the mid, you got sour cherry, plum, Turkish rose, jasmine sambac, and too much stuff to list in the base. Y'all can read that on the screen if you want. But I think that's why I'm feeling it. I think I'm noticing that I like black cherry and cherry with liquor, but the cherry liqueur comes through very nice on that Tom Ford Lost Cherry. I think that's what's keeping it right up there at that top spot, right with French Defense. So, damn you, Gabriel, I'm on a buying freeze, and now I'm going to have to add a Tom Ford to my collection, another one. All right, last one. I know, we've been rambling. You know what? Let's get these coffee beans. Boadicea the Bodacious. Damn, I sprayed that all over my hand. Excuse me. Shit. Ooh. Alright. So you got cherry, cognac, almond, clove. In the mid, you have heliotrope, jasmine sambac, Moroccan rose. And in the base, you got tobacco, tonka bean, vanilla, amber, sandalwood, musk, and vetiver. I'll tell you, opening on this Boadicea, it's not hitting for me. I am curious about that tobacco and the dry down though. So I'm going to pause the video and we will come back after a little while. And I'll give you all my final thoughts. And I will also rank them in the order I would buy them. So y'all see you here in a few. Alright. So they've had some time to dry down. And I'm going to go through the order that I like these from the least favorite to the most favorite. So y'all might know what it's going to come down to towards the end. But, surprisingly, Boadicea, the Bodacious, is number 10. It just doesn't do it for me. Even though this I know is super expensive, this is not
Don't
it.
shake your head. I'm not done yet. Wait till you hear the whole thing. So you can understand this.
I would, if you're looking for a cherry fragrance, this would be the last one I would tell you to get. All right, so number 9, another one that's fairly expensive. Electimus Caspian Cherry. Nope, you know what? I was undecided. This Mancera Wild Cherry, this would be number 9. I might be changing my order here on screen here. But Mancera Wild Cherry would be number 9. Now, what do we got next? Actually, you know what? Kajal Ruby would be number 8. It's just, it's a little feminine. Kajal Ruby at number 8. Number 7 would be this Ophidian Black Cherry at number 7. Number 6. Number 6 would be Cherry Punk. It's just, it's pretty leather heavy. Not bad, but if you want a cherry fragrance, leather is probably not a note that you're looking for in there. All right, so number 6, Cherry Punk. Number 5, Cherry Ink. Yeah, number 5 would be Cherry Ink, which leaves Caspian Cherry at number 4. Number 3 goes to Navitus Venom of Love. I do like that chocolate in there, that chocolate covered cherry. That's nice. That's going to be a full bottle in the collection. I rock with that. Now, number 2 is Tom Ford Lost Cherry. So that makes French Defense number 1. Guys, I don't want to take anything away from the top 3 here. Actually, the top 4, they are all amazing. But Tom Ford Lost Cherry, very good. I think in the opening, you get that black cherry, that cherry liquor, and I think that plum starts to come through a little bit. And then it transitions really nice with that sour cherry and the rose. But there's a lot going on in the base, and I think it's too much. So French Defense is my number 1 still. Gabriel, I hope I encourage you to maybe get you a bottle of French Defense, because it's that damn good. Everybody else, do me a favor. If you know another cherry fragrance that you think is better than any of the ones that were in this video, drop it in the comments. If you think Gabriel needs to check out French Defense from Mind Games, do me a favor, drop that in the comments. I hope you all stuck with me for this long. This was a very long video. Sorry, but I was trying to do it justice. Shout out to all my subscribers. If you continue to like, comment, and subscribe, I will continue to put y'all up on game. Make sure you are always the best smelling person in the room. And y'all have a good one.